He's taking a break from the Sump Pump Project so that we can show you lipstick on a pig. About 2 years ago, I asked him to power wash the back deck, and then cookies happened. There's nothing to it but to do it.
Okay, so as you can see, the back deck at one point was painted, but the majority of the paint had peeled away when we moved in. As we were looking at it, we discovered that the previous owner had not just painted it one color. There were sections that were white, there were sections that were gray, there were sections that were this weird beige type color. So it was just ugly and it needed to be redone.
It was caked on. I simply asked him to power wash all that caked on paint off. That's all I wanted. And you know what happened? Our power washer broke, so we had to go buy a new one.
I was going to say, did it break in the middle, or I think it just wasn't even working at all?
It did not start.
So, new tool. And like pretty much if you've ever power washed wood, you're not really taking a layer of the stuff off the wood, you're taking a layer of the wood off. So as you're power washing this, it's just slinging little wood fibers everywhere. And I do mean everywhere.
It was disgusting. I don't recommend walking in the middle of this project.
I think I was covered in as much stuff as the deck was.
He was gross.
Kind of, as we put it, this is a lipstick on a pig. So we're just trying to make it look better. I'm not trying to get it perfect. Previously there was a lot of paint that was caked up and peeling off. We tried to get as much of it off, and then once the stuff that was really stuck to the wood was still sitting there, we sort of stopped and let it go, because at that point the board was mostly smooth and it should paint over fairly easily. So that was sort of the game plan I decided to go with.
He got smart and put everything back as if he were finished to show me what it would look like if he stopped there. But it's us. We couldn't stop there.
Yeah, that's the problem with doing something and making it look a little bit better. Is you're like, well, if I did a little bit more, I could make it look even better. And that's hence the cookie syndrome.
So the actual lipstick part of the project is paint.
Normally I hate oil-based paint, but I wanted something that would really soak in and something that would hopefully hold up a little bit better being outdoors on a flat surface like this, getting baked by the sun every day. So this is a basic outdoor oil-based paint. I think redwood was the color. This is the first layer that went on. It mostly absorbed into the wood on the first layer, but it definitely at first glance looked a lot better than what it was. So we decided to just keep on trucking. This is after 3 full coats. The picture doesn't really do it justice. It actually looked a lot better than it kind of does in this picture right here. So this was about 3 coats, 2.5 gallons. The problem is this made the deck look a lot better, but it made the railings look a lot worse. Like I said, the bottom of it looked so much better, the railings looked so much worse, and I just couldn't. I couldn't. So I decided to go ahead and try to redo the railings.
He cookied it!
I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't.
The railings were in such bad condition that I was afraid to even go near the railings.
Oh, those things weren't safe. No.
I was afraid I was going to fall off the porch.
Well, you might fall off the porch with good railings, but that's a different story.
But demolition, he does demolition better than anybody does demolition.
I can break stuff. So getting the old railings off, that was fairly straightforward and easy. Basically, drills, sawzalls, and hammers, break it up and tear it up into a pile. So it was nothing to see there. Really, this thing was not held on very strong. It was basically just nails. So everything had gotten rickety with age. It was not very tight. By today's standards, this thing would have never made it past an inspection.
He pretty much just had to push it over.
As we were doing the railings, we also decided that it wouldn't be much more work to go ahead and do the stairs as well, so we went ahead and pulled those up. And this is actually the bottom stair you can see here. The boards that they use, even though they were pressure treated and ground contact rated, they'd been there for close to 30 years, so they had actually started to rot. Everything was in poor condition. It was one of those ones of, like I said, if anyone had actually inspected it, this thing would not have passed any kind of inspection. So, lipstick, I meant cookie. Once you've painted it, then I got to redo the rails. Then I really need to redo the steps. It's one of the things of I just can't half do a job, and so basically we decided to go ahead and do the stairs here as well.
Basically, we put lipstick on the pig, and then we realized the pig
Needed a dress.
needed a dress.
One thing I decided to do was try to rebuild it a little bit better. This isn't the perfect redo, because if I were completely redoing it, I would have pulled the entire thing down and rebuilt everything from scratch. But we were trying to do a lipstick on a pig project, which meant doing it as easily and cheaply as possible. But my genes just won't let me completely make it bad. So here's a picture of what it looks like with the 4x4 post. You can see it notched out, sitting on top, and I actually used 2 lag bolts to really screw into the bottom decking. Once the posts were put all the way around, this is sort of just the homemade design I used. Basically 1 board on the bottom and 2 boards in an L shape on top. So yeah, the balusters here are just standard 2x2x8s, I think they were. Chopped them up. I forget the exact length. They're about 2 feet each, give or take. Angled them off at the bottom, but just it's your standard decking material like you see on just about every house today. All of this wood out here is pressure treated. You may notice that the posts are darker than the other. The posts are actually ground contact rated. It is a different chemical treating than the lighter ones. In case you've ever wondered about why different pieces are pressure treated or different colors, the darker stuff is actually ground contact rated generally. So that you can put directly on the ground, where the other stuff is designed to be outside, but not actually in touch with the ground. Almost all 4x4 posts are ground rated, where most 2x4s are not. You can see it's continuing around. Basically the posts went all the way around. You can see the lattice where there used to be a lattice work all the way around that was completely cracked and rotted and falling apart. Later on, I still need to power wash that and make it look a little bit better, but
2 years later, he still hadn't done it.
I ran out of gas. Mentally. Pretty much the same design all the way around, 4x4 post. Now this one 4x4 post there, you'll notice it is just right into the wood. It's not mounted on the 4x4 post. It goes down to the ground. We did that because of size dimensions. It's not as strong as I like, and I wish that it was sturdier, and that's something that I'll redo in a complete redo later. Basically, and this is sort of just woodworking 101. This is a homemade little jig. So instead of having to measure every one, you basically build something to butt it up to, so you can cut the same size every time. Pre-drilled all the screws, got them started before putting them up. It's really just sort of prepping. Anyone who does a lot of woodworking, it's the standard stuff you're used to. So there's a little bit of a preview of kind of what the finished project started to look like. It's approximately, I think, a 6 or 7 foot section each one. The dimensions are not the kind of common stuff I would normally use, but it works out.
We could have stopped here, but I had a little problem going down the ladder instead of stairs, so
I don't see why.
it was a problem. I mean, I shouldn't have to go down a ladder to get off my back deck.
Like you ever go outside anyway.
I don't, but still. So he built these stairs.
Stairs, if you've ever built stairs, it's your standard thing. These, they call these stringers. It's basically a 2x12 that is pre-notched out for the stairs to be built. Lowe's, Home Depot, all the places sell them. You can technically just buy a 2x12 and cut these yourself using a framer square, but the price for these, it basically was about the same as if I'd gone out and bought the lumber, so I just bought them pre-configured like this and basically attached them in. They basically mount to the deck, sit on the ground, and there's not really much to it. It's basic stairs. 2x12s were used for the actual stairs, pressure treated as well. We concreted in 2 4x4 posts at the bottom, and the stringers were actually bolted to that. That made it very sturdy and strong. That was part of the project. With the exact same rail system on the stairs that we used on the deck itself. So this is the first look at the basic, how everything looked. This is the rug from our old house.
The ghost rug.
It's no longer with us because it has deteriorated in the sun.
This is a glance from the covered porch.
That is the patio set that came with the house. The chairs we brought with us from our old house.
The table, chair, and umbrella cookie. Seriously, we could have stopped, but what's lipstick on a pig without new furniture? We got these at Home Depot.
After looking at Lowe's, Home Depot, Sears, 35 other different stores, online.
I can count on one hand how many times we have sat on the new furniture.
These had the right combination of cheapness combined with feel, combined with supposed durability.
And easy to clean with bleach water?
This is true. And another view of the finished project. One thing you'll notice in the picture here, there's a little wooden beam board, for lack of a better word, next to the grill that's holding up the corner of the overhang off the back deck. We actually did some work redoing that as well. But that was the same way the homeowner had it before. It was basically just a board that went from the top straight down to the top of the rail. So I actually went in and angled it into the other structure so that it looked a lot better in the end and didn't have just a board sitting there.
Well, there you have it. How I conned him into basically building me a new deck by asking him to power wash the deck.
She knows how my mind works. And as soon as it got cleaner and I looked at it, it's like, I just can't leave something not looking done right. I'm too OCD about it has to be perfect, and it wasn't perfect. But we did manage to steal lipstick on a pig. Most projects, I would have wound up pulling the entire deck down and completely built everything from scratch. But that is on the future plans, so that will be a future project. But for now, no one should fall off and break a neck, and it does look a little bit better. In the 2 years since we've done this project, it actually has gotten a little bit ugly looking. The paint needs to be redone. I need to clean up the railings, probably put a stain or something on them. But it has held up fairly well for the last 2 years.
I'm surprised that we've gotten 2 years of good lookingness out of it.
Yeah, the chimney you see in the picture is for basically a wood stove they had downstairs that we're getting rid of. That is being removed in future projects you'll see. So once that's gone, then we'll start more seriously looking into a complete redo. I plan on redoing the vinyl siding and all that, and the porch kind of covers that. So to really do that project correctly, the porch will need to come down then anyway. So
You see how we always have cookies? Like there's
I just can't.
I can't say I want you to do this, because when I say I want you to do this, I want you to clean the porch, it always leads to 20 other projects.
Anything
Before-
worth doing is worth overdoing. If it's not worth overdoing, why are you wasting your time?
So this project probably took about a month. Wouldn't you say? Because we did it on weekends only.
Maybe.
And there
I don't
were
really
some
remember.
rain issues. I think that was during the deluge where it rained quite a bit.
I can't remember if there was rain issues or not. But I mean, I think we changed our mind a few times. We went back and forth because
We went to Lowe's a million times.
I go to Lowe's a million times anyway.
At least it wasn't for plumbing.
I should have an aisle named after me by now. If hospitals can do it, why can't Lowe's?
The like it or not aisle. There's nothing to it. Oh man, oh no, my voice is, I'm losing my voice.
Okay, we're moving on. Do it another day.
No, we're doing it today. And then,
Greetings, people of Earth.
if you're from Mars, hello to you too.
I think that was a take me to your leader. Okay, so rewind. So as soon as the pictures start swinging, I start yakking. Is that right?
Pretty much. Duh. Yay!
You're welcome.
Sometimes he's so smart.
And here we are at the first layer. So this is one complete coat of paint across the entire thing.
I think that's 3 coats.
Well, it says 3 coats, duh. I'm a wing it kind of guy.
I know you are. You like to speak when you're not required to.
Oh, rain. I thought you said brain issues.
Outtake.